Hi everyone, Curtis here from KillDevil Theory
Deanna, hey everybody.
and we're in our new recording studio here with a super ginormous bright light in the back corner that we don't want to take out because there's drums and stuff in the way right now. So we're just going to try to power through, but we'll definitely get this situation rectified. Mesa Boogie reference there. And try to make this lighting situation a little better in the future. So we're going to talk. What song we're going to talk about tonight?
Woke and problematic.
Woke and problematic. Already a controversial title to throw at you. Yeah, so we're gonna go through that song, get a little geek out on how we wrote that song, what was going through our minds on that song, and everything about it. Okay, so here we are. I'm just on old Spotify about to play one of our songs, Woke and Problematic. Remember, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you hear about all our cool videos coming out. We're hoping we'll have a lot more coming out in the near future. We're trying to pick it up a little bit, but man, there's been a lot going on, y'all. So we're a little bit behind here. Anyways,
And thanks to everybody for being so patient for our pre-order pre-sales for Second Coming. That's going to be coming at you within the next week, I believe. We're getting everything
yeah,
put to bed. So
everything's finalized on the album. It is in production. Not sure how long that'll take because we're with a new company, but shouldn't be long. Just a few days, I would think. I hope by the end of next week they're on their way to us, so we can get them on their way to you. Um, just kind of want to apologize and thank you guys at the same time for your support on this album. It's been a hell of a year with the COVID situation, with our technical issues we had. We've gone through like 3 machines and we've settled on Pro Tools for anything going forward. So we shouldn't have this problem again. I have to say my brother passed away about a week ago. He had been fighting liver cancer and we've been dealing with that. And God bless him. We miss him a lot. It's just been a year, you guys. And I hope we don't have another one like this ever again. So I apologize. We're very behind schedule on a lot of things right now, but we're working real hard to get caught up, guys. So just be patient. Okay. So, oh, and thank you for your prayers. Thank you for all your kind words. You guys are awesome, man. You guys are awesome. I don't know what we do without you guys. You want to say anything else on that?
no,
Okay.
we got it all.
Let's get to the music here. So woke and problematic. Here we go. Let's listen to a chunk of this.
Christ like gangster crosses, $30 worth of caravan of helping hands, all in our daddy's minivan. We're living the dream. We think we've got to light up the scene. Forgetting we are woke.
Okay, first verse. I just want to say, that's one of those percussive kind of guitar riffs. I really like that stuff. We do that quite a bit. Not every song, but quite a bit. I think that's from growing up on AC/DC, Back in Black, things like that. That percussive guitar, rhythm guitar, where it's kind of the driving, pulsing beat of the music. And I don't know, that gets me going. I'm already tapping my foot, bobbing my head. I don't know about you guys. And then how different is it to hear Deanna come in with the kind of rappy thing? I remember when I wrote the music, recorded the guitar tracks, and she started working, and then we did the drums and everything, and then she started working on the lyrics. And the first time I came out, I was like, "Whoa, what happened here? Who's this person?"
Well, you're asking me something like Family Force 5, something like fun and upbeat, and because we really like their music and how they just kind of keep it really light. So, and I know like a couple weeks before then, Cardi B's version of WAP came out, and so I kind of wanted to write something as kind of like a refutation of that,
Yeah.
and something like just more wholesome, and so it's just kind of like a song that's making fun of just how like works related we can be as Christians. So
Yeah, so this song was multi-purpose.
uh-huh.
Yeah, I was just trying to write something that rocks and is kind of fun. A little different from the other stuff that's kind of intense, like Die Another Day and things like that on this album. And it was one of the first ones we wrote on the album. And at the same time, when she started coming up with the lyrics, then Deanna said, this is kind of our WAP, because that song is filthy and against everything we stand for. So we wanted to kind of push back on that a little. And, I don't know. I hope it touches somebody in the right way as far as pulling your heart in the right direction. I'm just disgusted by a lot of our culture right now. And I'm also guilty, you guys know I'm a sinner too. We're all sinners, but man, some people are just trying way too hard. I'll just say that. So what's the first verse all about?
So the very first verse, let's get some lyrics up. So Christ-like gangsta crosses, $30 worth. It's just basically how, as Christians or anybody that's trying to follow Jesus, we can make everything about like what we're doing and like just think that we're such great people, and we just don't really think about other people sometimes in their situations, and like the whole story that we just totally miss that God sees, and we just become very judgmental, and everything's just very surface. And that kind of reminds me of everything that I've heard about woke culture, where they're saying, conform to our ideals or you're racist or whatever, without getting too political. But
And virtue signal.
yeah, it just kind of
It's all about the image
Yeah.
and look at me, and
yeah. So like Christ-like gangster crosses, how like in gangster rap they like to wear like all the bling bling. And so I said $30 worth because it's a very, very cheap form of Christianity, is what I think of wokeism. So just all very surface and not a lot of substance there. So just take people at surface level.
you tie that to Christianity?
No, not Christianity, just the people that are because some Christian churches are embracing critical race theory and all this wokeism stuff where it's all about your race and your color. And it's not about the sin of your heart, which if you listen to the song, woke and problematic.
So a fake kind of Christianity.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, because we're ignoring what's in our savage minds, we're not getting into the word and saying, how am I wrong? What is the big plank in my eye? And how can I fix it? Instead of just always looking at what other people are doing and snubbing our noses at them. So
I think you just said part of the chorus. Let's listen to that.
I did.
Cool. Okay. Here comes chorus.
And problematic, ignoring what's again or what's in our own savage minds. Broke and problematic, self-made man, don't you know that it's all in his head? Problematic, forgetting what's again or what's in our own savage heart.
I just want to say where Vajram goes kind of double time for a short stint on that chorus. I thought that was brilliant. It gives it a little more life. I really like that. Really like that. He reads my mind. Actually, he reads my mind for what he does, things I wish I would have thought of. I didn't think of that at all. And at first, when I first heard it without the lyrics, I was like, yeah, I don't know about the going kind of double time right there on the chorus. But then over time, it really grew on me, and I'm really glad he did that because I think it gives it a little more juice. It's just that's the perfect little spot, and it's not going for a long time. It still has a nice groove, still makes me want to tap my foot, bang my head, but then it just has that nice little push there in that part. So I'm really glad he did that. And yeah, that was all him. That's just one player making a song better. That's what that is.
Problematic, self-made man, don't you know that it's all in its time?
Right back into the verse. You want to talk about the chorus?
Sure. So woken, problematic, ignoring once again what's in our savage minds, forgetting once again what's in our savage hearts. So again, the whole gospel message of Jesus Christ and the way that Christians are supposed to be portraying that to the culture is that we need to look at ourselves more than we look at other people and use the gospel and use the entirety of the Bible to renew our minds and renew our thinking, because there's so much that we think. Like Curtis and I was 29 when I was finally truly born again and saved, and Curtis was 35, 36.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah. And so you have that all that time that you've been living a certain way, more worldly, that you have to kind of get rid of that thinking. And I know still as a Christian, even though I'm like 8 or 9 years into my journey, with Jesus just changing certain things about my personality and my behaviors that I've been struggling with, is that there's things that you don't even know about until you really search the scriptures like he tells us to do. So again, it doesn't come from our race. It doesn't come from our tribe, how horrible we are, because all cultures have done horrible things to each other. It's always about the heart. Wretched man that I am, who can save me from myself, right? As Paul says. So that's basically where that chorus came in from, because I know the woke culture likes to really focus on race and make it all about race, and it's just unfortunate about that. So undermining.
Right on.
Yeah.
That's pretty heavy. You even got words from Paul in the chorus.
Yeah.
Like that.
Once foolish, prophesying, saying don't do this. Kick it back, saying will. And these sweet
I don't know about you,
things on crack.
but the little harmonies that come in the background, they're almost silly. They make me laugh. I don't know if that's what
Yeah,
you were
I
going
was.
for.
I was.
But yeah, it's very Family Force 5,
Uh-huh.
very kind of clutch, like tongue-in-cheek humor. Like we're not taking ourselves too seriously. It's just fun. It makes me laugh. It makes me laugh almost every time I hear it. It's almost cheesy, funny. Yeah. So I hope you guys like that. Yeah, it's just a light moment in the song. I think it's kind of cool. But, yeah, I love when other bands do that, and in context, it's really cool.
And then the next line where it kind of goes into the chorusy, lustful brother, it made me think about like those old ladies just always like pointing their nose, bringing their nose up at you like they're so much better than you, which is so ridiculous. After you become born again, you kind of realize that. So because you really just gotta work with people where they're at, and not think too low of them, because you once were exactly where they are, and you got to be really careful about pigeonholing people, for sure.
So the second verse is, once foolish, prophesying, saying don't do this, kicking back, saying, well, at least we ain't on crack. Lustful brother, doing one thing after another. Kindness of God, let us applaud. Glory abound, so you could be found. Cool. That's some dope rhymes going on right there.
Exactly.
That's good job.
Yeah, and it goes back to that whole concept in the gospel, that the only reason that we're not where we once were is because God's kindness brought us through certain things through our lives to the gospel and to Jesus Christ. And like, I know we've had this conversation before where, when you were first in college back in 94, you were on a completely different spectrum of the political aspect. And like for myself, I grew up in a very like conservative but liberal, like I had both sides, and I was very feministic and thought that women were just so much superior to men. And now that I'm a Christian, I see the beauty that's in the gender differences, and having the man as the authority over the woman, and that she's his helpmate. But in that, there's so much beauty. It's not something that's like I'm your slave. You take care of me, you defend me, and I'm so grateful for that I have a strong man, because that's what men are made for. And I'm supposed to help you with your mission. And I just so much enjoy the place that Jesus Christ has put me in the last 8 years. The position that I love family now. Before, like 20 years ago, I wanted to be a career woman, and now, like, I don't want to do that. I want to raise my kids, and because I know those are little arrows going out into the world, and instead of just one person making a difference for Christ, I have the opportunity to raise 3 individuals for Christ. And I know that my husband his main job is to provide and kind of steer us along the course if needed. So
And mow the lawn.
and mow the lawn. So there's so much beauty in the gospel that a lot of people don't understand. So
Yeah, the whole feminism movement is,
part of wokeism.
yeah, I think it's so misguided in so many ways. I mean, I know the struggle for women has been real in the
Exactly.
past at
Mhm.
times on equal treatment, equal rights,
And
things
some of
like
those
that.
things needed to be broken down because they were very unbiblical.
Yeah,
Very
and
unbiblical.
again, we're still not the same. And it makes me think of a quote from Rabbi Zacharias, and I know Christians are really down on him now because of his behavior there at the end of his
Mhm.
life. And
Get it?
I get it, and that it was pretty disgusting. But one thing he used to say when I was listening to him years back was, all the scientists, all the philosophers, they're all climbing the mountain, trying to gain all this knowledge and figure all these things out. And when they finally get to the top of the mountain, there's the apostles and a lot of theologians sitting there
Mhm.
waiting for them. They've
Yeah.
already figured it all out. It's all in the Bible already. And yeah, I wish people would read their Bible and study it and use some of the nuggets of wisdom out of there. It would save some of us so much pain.
Mhm.
And that was a hard lesson for me to learn too. Um, I did so many things wrong before I became a Christian, and I mean, I still do things
Yeah,
wrong. I'm
we
not
both
saying
do.
I don't, but I've saved myself a lot of pain along the
Mhm.
way with the wisdom that is in there. And that just makes me think of every time I talk to atheists and try to argue with them online or something, because I try to do that. I'm sure some of you have, and maybe some of you listening are atheists. And I have nothing against atheists. It's just they'll pull one little thing out of the Bible and say, "See, you have a horrible God," or blah 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 blah. And it's like, dude, you got to read the context. You
Mhm.
got to read the whole
Such a
thing.
context.
There's so much
Mhm.
knowledge in there that if you don't study it, you'll never know. It takes years for most people. You can't just rip one little statement out of there and make a decision off that. And then if you get going on creation, I had one tell me, it was about a month ago, 6 weeks ago. I think I was arguing with him on YouTube actually in another video, and they said something to the effect, "Your sky daddy
Mhm.
didn't create anything. You don't have any proof, blah, blah, blah." And, they just get insulting and things like that. And, whatever. Okay. Um, and I said, "Well, what's your explanation for how life began, how the universe was created, any of that?" And they said, "Well, we don't have to have an explanation because you have to prove your idea correct. We don't have to prove ours because we don't believe in anything." I'm like, dude, if that's your argument, I think you've already lost. I mean, if that's all you've got, because you're basically saying you have no argument, you don't know. You're basically saying, I don't have any idea how it happened, but I don't like your idea. I mean, that's not an argument. That's not, I mean, it wouldn't do it for me. Even if I wasn't a believer, that wouldn't cut it for me. Anyways, not trying to go off on a tangent there, but I guess it's too late, huh? But yeah, you made me think of all those things.
Uh-huh. It's all my fault.
See what you did?
I know, it's all my fault.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay. Anyways. Okay. Let's get to
Okay.
the song.
Sure.
Lost all brother, doing one thing after another. Kind of
like I always expect you to go one way because it's a certain like way that a song is going, and then you totally just flip it around. Like that's just like that solo is so different, like the than any other song that I've heard like in this
You know
genre.
what? You know what
You know
pushed
what I
me
mean?
that way is your funny lyrics and your funny harmonies.
Uh-huh.
I felt like I needed to do something way different on the solo.
Yeah.
And so I busted out the whammy pedal on the beginning there. Sorry, the wah-wah pedal on the beginning there. And then I got the whammy pedal involved. And it went nuts. And then you got all these screeches and squawks everywhere. And I really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me think of the guy from Audio Slave, and he played with the rap metal band. I can't believe I can't think of him. Bulls on Parade and stuff like that. Anyways, the dude, and it's really weird because he's a communist.
Yeah, but I love
but
his
he's a very gifted musician. When he talks politics, I want to throw up in my mouth, but gosh, he's a cool and creative guitar player, you know. I can't think of his name off the top of my head, which is really embarrassing. So I apologize for that. No offense intended, but he does really cool whammy pedal stuff, and it just, I don't know, him and Steve I are about the main ones that do that kind of stuff, and I'm listening to them all the time because their stuff's pretty groovy. And anyways, I wasn't planning on doing that. I was just trying to work out a solo there, and then I think I was laughing and everything because your lyrics and stuff, and I was like, man, we got to do something kind of different with this, you know. And so that was all you pushing me into the fun zone. Yeah, you pushed me into the fun zone. So that's what that was. Yeah.
So kind of like the whole thing of like the body of Christ, you know, just coming up with something new because somebody, what do you call it? Gives you a new idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to play the solo for them again.
Sure.
And just talk that through a little bit more. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, we're still squawking. Beginning there, it's just a little wah pedal to give it a little depth. And then I just remember I had the whammy pedal on a high double octave. So when you push the pedal down, it shifts the note up 2 octaves. And the rhythm was happening, and I was like, this is fun.
You were in the zone.
I was in the zone. That was one of the funnest solos to record. And actually, it's not super complicated or anything. I think I'm playing in a minor pentatonic the whole time, pretty much. And it's actually more kind of rhythm and bluesy riffs. I mean, it's not the most metal solo, but I thought it had kind of a cool groove. And then when you start popping those squirrely notes, man, it just took on a whole new life of its own. And so that was really fun to do. And I probably would have never done that if I wasn't already laughing from the lyrics and the harmonies, and then Vajram doing the double time here and there, and it was just you pushed me in the fun zone. Yeah, so it was a really fun solo. The drums drove this part right here. He starts getting it, and so I'm like, oh, okay, let's go. I was actually kind of on the end there, a little bit of a legato riff where I basically picked once, I think, on the string, and I'm just getting those notes out of it with like slides and things. And it's because of that whammy pedal, you know, that's what made it cool. Otherwise, it'd just be like 4 little notes, you know. But we got a lot of mileage out of that because of the effects and everything going on there. So that was a lot of fun. Let's see what's next. Prepare for it. We got you. The chorus goes like 8 times here or 6 times here. We're trying to burn it into your brain. So you want to go listen to this song again. And even if you don't like it, it's burned into your brain.
if you can hear it there, but I actually go in between woke and problematic and broke and problematic. Just to remind us that we're all broken and problematic. So, did you know that?
I didn't know you did that, but
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Amen. Yeah. So they're woke and problematic, and we're all broke and problematic. Huh. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's what you're thinking. That's what's going on. Interesting. Cleaning up what?
These cracks.
Sound like something else for a second. I knew it wasn't, but I was like, did we miss something on the recording we forgot to fix there? So verse 3,
Wow.
we have the Redeemer. He alone is making us much
And
cleaner.
alone is in all in caps because he alone makes us much, much cleaner.
Shop back, ready to attack. This is like some kid and play dope rhymes, man,
Right?
from the late 80s or something. Look at you. Cleaning up these cracks, broken brother, spreading one thing after another. Well, I don't think we heard the rest of that yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shop back,
Ready to attack.
I thought it was like drop back, ready to
No,
attack.
no,
or
that would have
something.
worked too. But you know how a shop vac just gets everything, like cleans everything up. It's like the best thing. And as a mom and a wife, I can connect to that. I don't know if you can connect to that as much.
Sure.
But I know when I'm singing this, like for some reason that third verse, and I know why, because I know that Jesus Christ is the only one that can make us much cleaner. No other philosophy, no other race, no other leader, none of them can make us clean like Jesus can. So I just feel like extra conviction on that verse, and it's my favorite. It's my favorite part of the whole song. We have the Redeemer. He alone is making us much cleaner. So.
Cool. It's like this heavy duty Christian message with all this funny stuff mixed in for me. It's kind of cool. It's different. It's different.
Spreading one thing after another. No more vigilantes living under a warranty. It's Christ alone. Let it be shown that we are now all grown.
Okay, double time again. Trying to remember who pushed that move on it, but like this, I think this was a Vajram
Yeah.
modification.
Yeah,
again.
it was.
Yeah,
It was.
which is pretty cool. So yeah, good stuff.
We're all grown. We're all grown.
Love Mike's part on that part. He just gets sorry, he just gets so like with it.
She's saying the
I
bass
love that part.
The bass part.
I'm sorry, yeah, Mike's our bass player. Excuse me, but I love that part.
Let's hear that again.
We're all grown. No more. The solidarity making up.
Mike likes to go fast, man.
Yeah.
He's bass player for Dark Angel and a couple other thrash bands, and you can hear it in his playing. He don't mind going fast. He's playing triplets and things, and yeah, he don't mind that at all.
For our fleshly insecurities. 'Cause we're all grown.
Okay. End of that. Oh. End of that chorus. No more solidarity, making up for our fleshly insecurities, because we're all grown. We're all grown.
So I'm gonna take it back just a little further to no more vigilantes living under a warranty. So before Christ, and you can see it in like all the riots and stuff, we're just vigilantes. We try to get revenge. We try to do all kinds of things just to get our way and to get social justice. And it basically puts us under a warranty because anybody can say anything they want about us and it can be seen as true, even though God knows the facts. God knows your character. God knows everything about you. And if you read the book of Psalms, that's all it is David, saying they're doing all these things to me. I didn't do anything. Some of them, he did do stuff. Yeah, it's just basically a commentary on, no matter what people say falsely against you, if you're put in prison falsely, if Christ is your redeemer and if he's your thing that you hope in, that's not going to bother you as much. It's just going to give you extra time to study. And just like Paul, when he was in prison, he was able to evangelize to other people. So it's an opportunity. So he really gives you a foundation and a peace and a hope, no matter what your situation or what anybody says against you. So.
Let it be shown that we are now all grown.
Let it be shown that we are now all grown in our thinking, that again our hope is in Jesus Christ and nobody else, and we know that our identity can't be found in anything else except for Christ.
So is this basically a call to action for Christians to step up and be grown, get off the baby's milk and
exactly
be true Christians?
Like Paul talks about the baby's milk versus the mature milk.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. So there's a whole bunch of that going on. So
cool. Okay. Any final thoughts?
I think I covered all of my thoughts. Did you have anything else?
No, that's just a fun song.
Yeah. Very fun.
A lot of fun everywhere. Fun zone song, and at the same time, serious message and serious pushback against the other W.A.P song and that culture and all of that. So
it's like a tongue-in-cheek summary. That's what kind of craziness we're going through right now. So
exactly. Yeah. So there you go. So that was Woke and Problematic by KillDevil Theory. You guys leave comments below. Tell us what you think about the song, and you can tell us what you think about what we think. And love to hear from you. So that's all we have this time. We'll be hopefully another one up within a week or so, and we'll have some more. We have another song coming out. We have one. Our instrumental just came out yesterday. Christmas in Heaven. How do you get prettier than that, right?
And you said our bass player did a beautiful job on that.
The bass line's awesome.
Yeah.
The drums are great.
Is it like Rush meets?
Yeah, it's something. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
So,
go check it out. It's everywhere you hear music. So Christmas in Heaven by KillDevil Theory just came out yesterday, and then we'll have our last one from the new album out in July at the end. And if you ordered CDs, you should be getting those pretty quick. So yeah, we'll be in touch about that. So that's it for today, and you guys take care. Love you guys. See you next time.
Bye. Thanks, guys.